Welcome back to the FloTrack podcast. I'm Kevin Selly, joined by Gordon Mack. We're recording this on a Tuesday morning, a couple days before the NCAA Indoor Championships. Lincoln's still on vacation. He better get back soon.
Goes on vacation at the weirdest moments.
It's just not an opportune time.
Goes on vacation in March.
We need him fired up and ready to go for indoors. But he will be back. He has not been dropped. He's not been cut.
No.
We haven't seen him for a while.
He's in Missouri right now?
He's in Missouri last I checked. I have a GPS tracker on him.
Was
somewhere near Springfield.
Was he near the coronavirus outbreak?
There was a person who refused quarantine in Missouri, so I'm a little worried. I don't think that was our coworker who did that.
If that is the reason it gets to Lincoln, and then Lincoln takes it to Albuquerque, and Albuquerque takes it to all the NCAA athletes, basically don't talk to Lincoln when you're at NCAAs.
Actually do talk to Lincoln because that'll make my job easier in terms of working in the mix zone, but face mask maybe, something like that.
I was thinking about, if I did get it, because I sneezed the other day.
Yeah.
And I thought about, if I got it, and then I go to NCAAs and I infect the entire NCAA track.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm advising you. Sneezing, though, I looked on the list. Sneezing, not necessarily a symptom.
Well,
so you're okay.
Well, I sneeze when I see the sun, so that's why.
Is that real?
Yeah, I'm allergic to this. Not allergic to the sun, but whenever I look at the sun, I sneeze.
Speaking of allergies, like I said before, Juniper killed me last time at US Indoors, so I've already started taking the FloNase because you got to preload the FloNase. Yeah. So this morning I did my first.
Preload the FloNase?
Yeah, they said 3 to 4 days before. I was bad last time. You weren't there, but Lincoln was subjected to it. I was waking up at 3 in the morning. My eyes were just on fire. But
because of what?
The allergies, cedar, juniper. It's bad there.
Juniper?
Juniper.
What is juniper? Is that a type of tree?
Yeah. Yeah. I had no idea. I lived in New Mexico for some summers growing up and never had the issue. And
well, you're from, you went to Eugene, which is so much tree.
That's pollen.
Pollen.
Different. I have allergies here, too. I get cedar fever here. It's rough. Anyway.
Cedar fever.
That's what they call it in Austin. Whoa. Cedar fever.
All right.
Email is flotrackpodcast@gmail.com. Write in, tell us what you're allergic to.
Flotrackpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. Or you can write us about running things. We got a couple emails that we'll get to. You also can find this podcast in a number of places.
Google Play.
Yes.
Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Stitcher.
Yeah.
The website.
FloTrack.com.
Watch it on the website. You get to see our faces.
Yeah. You can actually see what's going on here, and when I shake my head when Gordon says something that's just outrageous.
Yes.
If there's a podcast platform that you prefer that we're not on, send us an email.
Yes.
FloTrackPodcast@gmail.com. I'm in the customer service industry, so I will work to get that solved. Gordon is still on the fixing the logo issue.
Yeah, we need to fix that logo. It doesn't update.
He's had one job in the entirety of this podcast.
Yeah. Full-time salary just to get this logo correct.
Meanwhile, I'm spreading it out. I'm putting on Spotify, Apple, it's everywhere. I'm doing my job. Gordon needs to hold up his end.
Your job is just pushing a button.
Yeah, I know.
Come on.
I do a really good job of it, though. No, Gordon's been posting the podcast, too. You've been doing a good job with that, too.
Man, I've been uploading a file. It's work.
Yeah, I've been sending you the title. There's been a lot of teamwork on this podcast.
I don't know. There are people in this world who are professional, podcast producers, and they are robbing the people of money because it is not hard to upload a file.
Is now a good time to announce that we're hiring for a podcast producer for this show. Send us your resumes. Just kidding.
All right.
Let's talk about tracks.
Yeah. Well, are we going to talk about, is it time to talk about NCAAs? Are we close enough to NCAAs?
We're close enough to NCAAs, and also, I think we've exhausted all the other topics. Yesterday we ran through a whole bunch of things. So if you want to hear recaps of the U.S. 15K champs, the Jarian Lawson case, Semenya maybe running the 200, check out Monday's episode. This is going to be an NCAA indoor mini preview. We're, of course, going to talk about it Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. But let's do some buy or sell here.
I love buy or sell. I listened to buy or sell with you and Lincoln. I had a good time.
Really?
Lincoln was broke at the end because he buys everyone.
Yeah, he just bought everyone.
He doesn't know how to be critical. He doesn't know how to sell people.
I know. We it's a completely original topic. We invented it on the FloTrack podcast just last week. So I'm going to give you some number one seeds.
And I'm going to sell a lot.
Yeah, you can sell.
I am,
dude. Okay, so
the way the market is right now, selling is very in now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to not just be a buyer. I'm going to sell a lot. So what we're doing?
Log on to my Betterment. Is what we're first doing. I'm going to give you the number one seed.
The number one time. Yeah, seed. Yeah.
We'll call them the number one seed in each event. We'll start with the men. If we get to all that and we run out of time, then we'll do the women tomorrow. If we have more time, we'll just go through. It depends how quickly we discuss these things. But you're just buying or selling their chance to win. So I think there's going to be a lot of selling here. You're not buying or selling their value. For example, let's talk about I mean, even someone like Charlie Hunter of Oregon, right, in the mile, number 1 seed, if you were assigning odds, he'd still have less than a 50% chance. But we're not talking about based on his odds. We're not talking about his value. We're just talking about his chance to win. Are you buying it or are you selling it?
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
That sound good?
Cool. Because not many people know Charlie Hunter is number 1 seed. You think Oliver Orr would be.
Yeah.
But he's not.
355.41. The only one under 356 this year. So let's just go.
All right, here we go.
Order of event here. Raymond McVaywell.
Short to long distance.
Yeah, and then some field events because you wanted to dig into the field
And
events.
some people might not know who these people are.
That's
so
true.
I'll try my best to kind of explain who this person is.
Okay. So I won't say their name, and you just give me
I'll
clues.
just paint a picture.
This person is
An audio
senior
picture.
at Florida.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
No, so who is this guy?
This is Raymond McVaywell.
Senior Florida. What's his seed?
6:53 the 60.
0.02 seconds faster than the next seed.
Yes, Emmanuel Wells, Raheem Chambers. I think
He's from Nigeria?
He represents Nigeria.
So he'll probably be on that Nigeria 4x1 with Divine Oduduru.
Hopefully, if they get it together, man. The Nigerian Federation was a mess last year in Doha, and Divine Oduduru and Blessing Okabari had nothing good to say about it. So you never know what you're going to get in international competition.
He's a transfer. Where did he come from? I think,
Are we really doing 20 questions?
I think Oral Roberts. Okay. I could have made that up.
Buy or sell? Otherwise, we're going to...
I am going to sell.
Incorrect.
I'm selling because I do not think that he will win. I think the 60 has no clear favorite, even though he has a top time. He ran that time in January. Mm-hmm. So I hung out with Carl Lewis a lot last year when we filmed the Speed City series. Watch it. It's great.
Okay.
6-episode or 7-episode series.
Haven't heard
following
of it.
them. But Carl, he knows sprinters, right? And he knows jumpers. And whenever he's looking at, like, the field, he would talk about, like, who's good and who's not good. And it's all about consistency. And he says there's a lot of people who throw down a fast time and then never do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you want someone who's consistently running fast, consistently running, like, doesn't have, like, a one-off random fast time. Now, Raymond doesn't have a one-off. He's still running consistently sub 660, but I don't know. I just have a hunch. I believe that someone like the NC State guy, Crevant Charleston's going to win.
NC State. I would buy just for that exact reason. Yeah, nobody's been consistent.
That's true.
Right?
So I kind of double speak right there by using Carl Lewis's advice and then going against it in a way, which
you always should take
back. But yeah, I'm going to sell because I just think the 60 is too wild to buy the top seed.
Okay, I'm gonna buy him. You got the fact that there is no favorite here. It's really wide open, and Lincoln talked about this last week. The Mike Holloway Magic.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it enough.
Yeah, there's that Florida factor.
Mm-hmm.
He has a reason to win because there's team title implications. You look at the other guys. You have a Washington State athlete, Miami, NC State, Purdue, UCLA. None of those guys are in the team competition.
Yeah.
There's a USC athlete in there, but that could be a reason to maybe buys because he has a reason to score.
That's all right. Stick with your sell.
I'm selling,
You can stick with your sell. I'm going to go buy. Men's 200, Terrence Laird. We talked about him before.
He's been on many teams.
He's
Penn State, Florida State, Hines Community College, now with LSU. He didn't run for Florida State, though.
Okay.
He's fast. 2043, junior for LSU. I'm going to buy purely based off of his consistency and smoking everyone at the SEC championships.
Okay. Man, this is interesting. We're going to end up disagreeing. I put it in my head ahead of time, so I was not even prejudiced by your opinion.
You're selling?
I'm selling. I like Micaiah Harris here. I like the experience. This guy ran USA's last year, ran really well in the 200 NCAAs against a really tough field. Remember, Divine Oduduru was dropping crazy times last year. Kevon Gillespie was running crazy times. Micaiah Harris, I think, learned a lot from last year. Only 6/100ths behind. They got 2 freshmen on their heels. That's interesting, right?
6/100ths is a lot.
Langston Jackson and Matthew Bowling right there. 6/100ths. I mean, it's more than 1/100th. That's true. It's 6 times that amount, but he's right there. I like Harris to get the.
So you're selling the LSU Tiger.
I'm selling Laird. Buying Harris in that 200.
That's good news for NAU. If you're selling Laird.
Well, I'm thinking in 3-dimensional. No, I'm not rooting for anybody. I just think
Harris. You're showing your colors right now, man.
If you're a Texas fan, you're an NAU lumberjack this weekend. No, what if Texas wins team title?
They could.
What would be their odds?
Texas?
Yeah.
They're good. They're like 20%. I'd say I would say LSU is probably like 50% odds of winning. And then I would say Texas, NAU, Oregon, and yeah, other
yeah
are the other half.
It's interesting because you're seeing all these. It's campaign season, so you're seeing all these projections and stuff with like multiple factors, multiple factions, and the delegates. It almost reminds me of like a track meet because it's not like predicting. Well, no, because
he just said this almost reminds me of a track meet. The NCAA's almost reminds you of a track meet. Political season.
Because look, let me explain. We have an hour. So we have about 50 minutes still. When you're projecting baseball, basketball, football, it seems you have fewer variables. I feel like so you're able to compute it. Oh, this team has this percent odds or that, and everybody's seen the ESPN in-game percentages of hypothetically, I don't know, maybe the Spurs have a 95% chance of winning because they're up 10 with 5 minutes to go and they blow another game.
Yeah,
but track so multifaceted because there's all these other moving parts to it. It reminded me of tracking delegates in a political campaign
that makes
where
sense.
there's multiple people.
Because you have a candidate who could be really good in like the South. That could be like a team that's really good in the distance events.
Right.
And then a candidate's really good in like the California coastal schools. That could be like the sprint or like it's like a decathlon. Like you get some really good states and some states you're not really good at, and you hope in the end it adds up to the highest point total. Yeah.
It's just there's so many things to track, and the whole idea of if you're cheering for Texas, you're kind of cheering for NAU, the three-dimensional chess. Like if this candidate pulls from this,
cheering for the third tier candidate there, you're cheering for
exactly
taken away.
That's what that's all I was trying to say.
We're not turning this into a political podcast, unfortunately.
No, got enough of those.
Actually, very fortunately. So
men's 400.
400. Bryce Dedman, Texas A&M senior, 45-51.
Okay, you want me to go first? I'm selling here just the multiple guys really, really close who I could see winning this.
I'm selling as well.
Ross right there, 2 100s behind. Another Texas guy who has a lot of experience. Jonathan
Texas
Johnson.
stand right now. What's going on?
I'm just he's went to Monaco, ran a 400 after the gun stopped, ran all the way around, kept going. I like Jones's experience. Ja'Cory Patterson in year 2. He runs a really fast 300.
Yeah, I'm selling Dedman.
Jamal Walton, I mean, his own teammate's really good. There's just a lot of people. Quincy, and that's not even mentioning someone like Quincy Hall, who we know has the talent.
I think he's hurt.
Is he?
Hurt.
He's entered.
He didn't. I thought he was going to scratch. He didn't run SEC final or the 4x4. So
yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, we're both selling Dedman.
Yeah, it's just too deep of a
both
field.
Dead on Dedman.
It's just there's just too many guys here. I mean, he could
just like 16 of them.
Well, I mean, someone like Trevor Stewart, ranked 12th.
Yeah, he's 44-second guy.
People didn't see Tyrell Richard coming last year.
Yeah, I'm selling.
A lot of depth.
I believe in Jonathan Jones with you. And I also the Randolph Ross kid.
Jamal Walton, two freshmen up there in the top 4. Same thing with the 200. 2 freshmen in the top 4. 800 time. All right, I already know what I'm going to see. Every time I'm getting my answer in my head because I do not want to be influenced by you.
So why don't you go first then?
So Isaiah Jewett is the top seed, 146.82. Now I'm about to say something crazy. Because last year, a certain guy came into this meet, Devin Dixon, and was considered the favorite and did not win. And he was fresh off a really fast 145 at altitude. Gets beat by Bryce Hoppel. You go back even farther than that, outdoors. Isaiah Harris upsets Cerrone, but people thought maybe Dixon could get in too. Didn't run well. Has not run well in championship races because then you go outdoors last year. He doesn't fall apart this time, but he gets second to Bryce Hoppel. Good regular seasons, does not get that good championship performance. This year, we could say struggled during the regular season. Only comes in as a number 7 seed. I don't know when the last time he came in that low, but I'm saying he's going to reverse it. This is going to be the year when Devin Dixon wins it.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
From the 7 seed.
Hold on. This is not a hot take.
It's not a hot take?
At all.
Devin
Dixon is the overwhelming favorite, regardless of what he's running in the regular season.
How many times has the 7 seed won the NCAA tournament? Selling Jewett, buying Dixon. Next, go.
That is not controversial at all.
Okay, well.
Everyone is buying Dixon. Really? I'm selling Jewett. Yeah.
Okay. Lincoln wasn't.
Dixon is the favorite.
He's only run 147 this year. You're still buying him?
He still splits 44 seconds every 4x4 he runs.
Didn't he lose this year?
Yeah, he lost in a random.
Who did he lose to?
He lost to like a random guy.
I thought he lost to Isaiah Jewett at Tiger Paw. No, that didn't happen.
He might have. Yeah. Okay. Regardless, your take
He's
of
an underdog.
pretending that Devin Dixon is an underdog.
Nobody's heard of this guy.
Is bull.
Very low profile. No one's heard of
The
him.
only person he's like lost to a championship races is eventually Bryce Hoppel. Who
Well, no,
turns
indoors
out-
actually fell apart. He finished way.
Okay.
Okay.
But we're both selling Jewett. Sorry. Is he going to run indoors with the sunglasses?
I hope so. I'll buy him then. I will
Buy him?
change my
You
pick.
see those shades on? Like, I'm in.
I'm going to ask. Men's mile, Charlie Hunter, aforementioned, top seed, 355.41.
I'm selling.
Agreed.
Okay, so how many? I'm selling a lot. I sold Hunter. I sold Jewett. I sold Deadman. I've sold
Have you sold everybody? No.
everyone except for
Laird, you bought
200.
Laird,
Yeah.
Well, there'll be some of you guys that you can buy here pretty soon. No, I mean, you have to sell this. Hoare, Villarreal, Beamish.
So you don't believe in Charlie Hunter?
To win, I mean, I think his odds, if you were giving assigning percentages here, would be less than 10%, right?
Yeah. So we're both selling.
Matthew Shadler, Indiana freshman. Last spot there.
Yeah. 2 freshmen. 3 freshmen. Bring up the real. Quacks, Hawker, and Shadler, all freshmen.
Interesting.
The future is coming.
Men's 3,000. Grijalva, Beamish.
We're just talking
Day,
about Grijalva.
the top 3 seeds. I know. I'm just giving people a lay of the
Okay.
land. They don't have our TSP in front of them like we do.
I know, but we're just talking about the top seed, Luis Grijalva.
So this is one of the fastest, deepest men's 3,000s ever.
I'm selling Grijalva. I'm not buying.
Really? That's just, wow. Then what choice do I have?
Are you selling? You have to sell.
Of course.
Of course.
I mean, I think you guys, especially Lincoln, has just been like abandoning Edwin Kurgat for no real reason other than he finished behind Klecker at Milrose, which is just insane to me. I'm still going with Klecker winning this. Klecker winning the 3K and Kurgat winning the 5,000. So
Kurgat is done. It's over for him. Move on.
he ran 13:20 in December and then kept a low profile and everybody forgot about him. That's crazy.
He wasn't able to pull off the triple at Big 12s. He's a failure.
Did he lose somebody?
He won a 3K, 5K, then he lost to his teammate in the mile.
Okay.
So I'm being
He'll be fine.
I'm being
facetious.
yeah, or sarcastic, yeah.
Same
Whatever the
thing.
word is.
He's
good.
He's fine. He's
But
fine. This is
It's just fun to not pick him.
no. Okay, fine. But we're overthinking it with him. We have enough data points to be like he's good. He's
Yeah.
the favorite because you could have overthought things and not picked Morgan McDonald last year because
Yeah.
he barely raced indoors.
I think the problem is you feel like you're smarter by picking someone like Nagoose, or you're smarter by picking like Tier,
Yeah.
and you just feel like the Kurgat pick is so like vanilla.
Yeah.
You kind of want to come in there and be like, "Ooh, I got this."
Okay,
like,
so are you buying or selling Tyler Day in the 5,000? Because
I'm selling.
You're just selling everybody.
I don't believe.
Yeah. Look, did you listen last week when Lincoln and I were
Yes.
on and I gave the case for
I
these
lis-
5,000?
Dude.
Did you reach out? Did you get us anything? Did you report
I
anything?
I did text the coaches, and I told them, "Hey, scroll to the 36-minute mark
No, you
of
didn't.
podcast episode 14."
Go
and
on
listen.
Spotify, Google.
And they're like, "Why?" And then he sent me a photo of them at they. He's like, "We're
Did this
little."
actually happen or are you making this
No,
up?
this is
You actually
true
told them
story.
to listen to
Yeah,
these?
I said, "Go to 30." Like,
Serious marketing here by Gordon. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you email everybody we talk about?
and then they sent me back a text, a photo of them getting ready to do a workout at sea level, not
Okay.
sea level, or like where they come down from. Like whenever they want to do a workout, they go down like elevation. I forget
Okay.
the place in Arizona.
Sedona?
Sedona. Yeah, they're in a Sedona.
Okay.
So it's like they're low. He basically sent it to us. We're a little busy right now. He sent a photo of the guys working out in Sedona,
Okay.
and I was like, "Ooh, they look good." Uh-oh.
So-
He was trying to tease me like we're ready to go.
I mean, do you disagree with the strategy?
No, I don't disagree with the
Would
strategy.
you be shocked?
But I also think that sometimes when you have a strategy in an indoor race,
Doesn't work.
it doesn't work, and you end up thinking about the strategy, and if it doesn't go exactly how you want, then you're screwed. And I think sometimes, I think in general, just strategies can do more harm than good in a way.
I agree with you in most cases.
If you
This
try to
case,
manipulate
I
a
don't-
race, you're not going. I just feel like you're setting yourself up for failure.
Well, in this, you have nothing to lose, though, in this case.
Yeah.
This indoor season is just icing on the cake
True.
after a cross-country season where they were all in. No, I wasn't trying to say.
You didn't know how to say, like, after.
They're more focused on cross.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all I was saying. I was saying it's sandwiched between cross and outdoor, which is usually the two pillars. People don't really go 100% all in.
For those listening,
everything out.
For those listening right now who didn't listen to
So I'll
podcast
explain
episode 14,
I'll explain.
Why don't you say what you talked
okay.
about?
So you got me off track.
We'll pause it and go download that
No.
episode.
You don't need to do that. Gordon will text you and say, go to the 36-minute mark. Look, here's what I'm saying. NAU has 5 of the 16 entries in the men's 5,000. They have the ability to set the terms of engagement in that race. They're a team, based on their personnel, that benefits from a more honest pace, in part because of their running style, also in part because of the fact that it's at altitude, they're an altitude team, and they're trying to squeeze maximum amount of points out of this race and also the 3,000 the next day. They have a lot of the same people coming back. They're going to be racing a lot of the same people coming back. It would be a huge advantage for them to go hard, and on not stupid hard, but hard, honest from the gun, to put Day, to put Grijalva, to put, who am I forgetting here? Raf, Farrow, Nur in the best position to score as many points, and I think that's an honest pace. And all I'm saying is, it would be crazy for them not to do that. But as I mentioned on the pod last week with Lincoln, I'm not Mike Smith. I don't have national titles. But I was more presenting it as like, tell me where I'm wrong here.
Yeah. No, I mean, gas is the way Mike Smith describes that strategy. And he has like, I remember talking to him, he has like 4 or 5 different race strategies, and one of them is called gas.
Wait, in general or for this specific race?
No, in general. And he has a name for all of them. I forgot it. I should have. But yeah, it's a fun little name.
Is this on camera?
No, it's just in the conversation. Okay. But one of the names is called gas.
Right, and that's what they did in Louisville.
That's what they did in Louisville, where he's like going, you know.
So this, to me, is Louisville, in a way.
They should. I mean, it would make sense to go gas. Just use your strength.
Yeah. If they blow up, who cares?
Especially when 2 of the 3 guys, this is their only race, right? You don't have to worry about coming back for a final or another race. And 3 of the guys, 3 of the 5 don't have. This is their only 5 race.
Yeah, Nur, Raf, and Farrow. That's it.
And my hot take is Abdihamid Nur is ready. He's gonna upset people. He's gonna score. That's what I think. He's seeded 13th. He's going to be top 8.
So he's going to finish 5. That's almost as hot as my Devin Dixon take here.
I don't know. All right, but I'm selling Day still.
If I knew it was gas, I might consider actually buying Day. But since I don't know, they're just going to text you pictures of them working out and not get a confirmation, I mean, I'm a roll Kerr guy. You rolling with the 1320 guy. I know Day's run faster than that this year.
I'm rolling with Klecker, but I'm rolling with NAU to still run well, but I'm selling Day.
Yeah, my thought process is, if it goes slow or slowish and it ends up being tactical, even if you have 3 or 4 guys in it at the bell, you could end up getting a really low point total. Where if you grind it down, you could get a sort of like almost like a 2-3-5 finish, which your big thing, your big number. We should do numbers to watch.
Yeah,
your big number to watch is 15.
Yeah,
so that would be if they go 2-3-6, right? That would get them 15 points.
Yeah.
So, as opposed to leaving up to chance with the last lap kick. So, all right, Sal, 60-minute hurdles, Trey Cunningham of Florida State Junior, 751, excuse me. I'm actually going to buy this. Guy's been waiting in line behind Grant Holloway.
Yeah, I was going to buy 2.
You can buy 2.
This is my first buy since 200. Since the 200.
Congratulations.
I'm back in. I'm buying. Trey Cunningham, like you said, living for 2 years, his freshman and sophomore year, he's had to live in the shadows of Holloway in the same state.
Yep.
Even.
Yep.
751. He's been running consistently fast. He's been in prelims and finals. Yep. People are racing for second in this race.
And you got a really interesting team battle there because Eric Edwards Jr. of LSU and
Damian Thomas of LSU are there, and then you have the 2 Florida State athletes.
Does Florida State have? I mean, I know
they have 3 actually guys.
Yeah. Do they have a shot, like an outside shot, or the fact that they don't have Deshaun James and Rincher?
They have a shot, but their 60 guys just aren't scary enough to
They need to go 1, 2, 3 in this hurdle race to put them.
Yeah, they need to They can do well in the 60. They're projected to do well in the 60 hurdle, is what I'm saying. But their long jump, they would need to have an amazing day in a long jump. They need to have an amazing day in a long jump and an amazing day in a 60 for them to win.
And we talked about
the odds of them having an amazing day in those 2 events is going to be not.
Talked about this before, but imagine if he was still with Oregon.
And Braxton Kennedy.
And he was still with Oregon.
Yeah, that would help them.
Oregon would be in the mix.
In good position.
Yeah. Okay, men's 4x4, Texas A&M. I'm going to buy that as well.
I'm buying.
Yeah.
Dude, they just every year they have guys that can just run fast. It's
a lot of dudes.
A lot of dudes.
Yeah. DMR for the men. Oregon, the top seed. I'm going to sell.
I'm selling.
Man.
However, you know.
UCLA made the meet.
In the DMR.
Yeah. That's crazy. Middle Tennessee State. I know that's your pick to win. Men's high jump. Do you want to do these ones?
Yes, we're doing everyone.
Sullivan. Right? Daryl Sullivan, senior from Tennessee. I'm going to sell. I think this is Juvon Harrison again.
I'm going to sell too. He didn't jump well at SECs, so I'm selling. Even though he has the highest seat time by 3 centimeters, I'm selling.
Chris Nielsen, the pole vault, collegiate record holder now.
Sometimes though he struggled at indoors. He was going up against
Mondo,
but he did beat Mondo outdoors, so I'll buy.
Yeah, if you beat Mondo anytime in your life, even when he was 8 years old, you get bought here. Men's long jump, Kerry McLeod.
I'm buying.
Another Tennessee. Man, Tennessee.
Yeah, he's good. I'm buying
some jumpers. I'm selling. I think it's going to be LSU again.
No.
Harrison or Gray.
I'm buying McLeod from Tennessee.
Good old Rocky Top for you, huh?
Yep,
Jordan Scott, Virginia.
I'm selling.
Because you think Kerry McLeod's going to
Yes.
win? Wow.
He's pulling off the double. Bowerman, watch.
Dude, Tennessee can get 30 points right there from the jumps between. 30.
That's their team. Those 3 guys.
Okay.
Or those 2 guys.
Pretty good team.
Yeah.
Pretty good team.
Imagine if Christian Coleman had that 6-year of eligibility.
6. Is that what we're on? 6 years?
I don't know.
Shot put. Andrew Liskowitz, senior from Michigan. You know I'm not going to pick him because in second it's Papiri of Texas. No, Liskowitz 2102. I'm going to buy.
I'm selling.
Papiri?
I don't know, but I'm just selling Liskowitz.
All right.
That's it.
No Peyton Oderdahl this year.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer.
I think his brother's there, though. He's in a different event. He's in the weight throw.
Okay. Weight throw.
Yeah. Is he there? Oderdahl? No, I don't know.
No. There's an Oladipo in there.
Oh, okay. All right, so shot put, you're buying, I'm selling?
Yes. And then Gleb Dudarev, top seed from Kansas.
By a lot. He's good. I'm buying.
Yeah, he's almost a meter there. And then men's heptathlon, Georgia. Johannes Erm is the top guy. I think they'll be ready to roll.
You're buying Erm?
I'm buying Erm.
I'm gonna. Can I parlay?
You want to hedge?
Or like take the worst.
Split your aces.
No, or take the worst odds, but just say Georgia wins.
That is not very. You have to put down a lot of money if you want to go with the Georgia pick there. But yeah, I respect it.
Okay.
We got time for the women? What do we got?
Yeah, we have so much time, dude.
Oh my goodness, we went fast through those.
Yeah, you were speeding through the field events.
Okay, I'll go slower for the women.
Yeah, we'll go slower. Take your time.
Do you want me to start with the field events for the women?
Yeah, we'll go backwards.
Okay, women's indoor pentathlon. Tyra Gittens, Texas A&M.
So this one is interesting because she is expected to score a lot of points. Do Control F5 for her name. Let's see what event she's running or doing. So she's doing the high jump, the long jump, and the pentathlon.
That's a lot.
A lot.
Pentathlon is 5, 6, 7 events total. She's actually doing a heptathlon.
She's doing a heptathlon.
But only getting credit for a pentathlon plus 2.
But she's doing a heptathlon, but she could score 30 points.
Yeah.
Instead of 10, which is
it's kind of is a hot dog a sandwich.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So anyway, I'm not sure the order of operations of when the events are.
Look at the schedule.
I could look at the schedule, but I don't feel like it. But I feel like there's going to be asked a lot from her. So therefore, I'm going to sell her. Okay, we'll look at the events.
We're going to go deep here. So on Friday, she will be competing in the long jump.
Long jump and pentathlon.
Correct.
And then she'll be fresh for the high jump.
Yes. For as fresh as one can be.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah.
I'm still selling pentathlon. I think she's gonna be tired. So I'm gonna go with.
Everybody's tired. It's pentathlon.
Yeah.
You going with Lauren Taubert of Kansas State?
No, I'm just going with not
field.
Yeah, I'm going with the field.
Need Jenny Kimbrough of Iowa.
Anna Hall could show up. The freshman, Georgia, Petros.
Yeah.
Got that magic. So, yeah, I'm selling.
Women's weight throw.
What are you doing?
Oh, buy.
Okay.
Of course. Come on. I'm not
Do you have enough cash?
Yeah. I did not buy that many people on the
I sold a lot, so I'm ready to roll.
Rachel Tanzos of Notre Dame.
I'm buying.
Top seed in the weight throw. Again, big margin
Weight
here.
throw is going to be the underrated event of the weekend on both the men's and women's side. They're both probably going to break the collegiate record.
Ooh.
I'm saying it right now.
Ooh.
Just saying.
Big prediction. Women's shot put, Samantha Noning of Arizona State.
I am going to buy Arizona State. Great coaching. Great Maggie Ewan come from there.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
I'm buying as well. Pretty big margin over the rest of the field. Let's look at the triple. Jasmine Moore, the freshman, has lived up to the hype. From Georgia, 1390. This is a big event for Texas A&M. They have Aqua and Cinnamon Stevenson.
Greatest name, Cinnamon Stevenson.
Yeah. No doubt. But I think Moore's going to win it.
I want to buy more, but I don't know. In this economy, I think I'm going to sell.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I'm selling.
We should have given ourselves a finite amount of chips to put down, and then you could decide like, am I gonna do it? I mean, that'll be big, right?
We'll probably do a fantasy draft, right?
Teams. Yeah, we tend to always do that.
Let's do a fantasy draft
when is
later.
the women's triples on day 2, huh?
Yeah.
Saturday women's triple. Okay, because the team race will be interesting with that.
Yeah.
Because they'll need some points. Long jump. Tashia Price of Kansas State. And then another Texas. And then
I'm selling.
Texas A&M second with Deborah Aqua. Yeah, it's pretty close up here.
I don't know a lot of these names. A lot of them are new names.
Risa Foster of Oregon.
I think the Jasmine Steele from Northwestern State is going to sneak in and win it.
Oh, wow. So sell.
I'm selling.
Pole vault, I'm buying. Olivia Groover. She's really good.
I'm selling.
Okay.
I think she no heights. Dude, that happens a lot.
It does, but
the top pole vaulter just has a bad day and is like, what? How did this happen?
Yeah, I mean, Mondo lost. Anybody can lose.
I'm selling.
Okay, you're wrong.
Okay, well, I could be right. So
that's true.
Take that.
This is just really strong. Pole vault takes it.
We'll see who has more money at the end of this. All
women's high jump. Ellen Ekholm, top seed over Abigail O'Donoghue of LSU.
I love watching you reading. This is the first time you've read these people's
I've
names.
seen Abigail O'Donoghue's names because we were looking at LSU in terms of the team race, I know.
I'm buying.
Ellen
Kentucky.
Ekholm?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Tyra Gittens, she's going to win everything. I'm selling.
All right.
Women's DMR. BYU, Stanford, Washington, Arkansas, Oregon, the top 5 seeds. What do you got?
So I want to sell and then text Dilgit and tell her I just sold your team, and then it motivates them, and then they go on and win.
Yeah.
Or I could buy, and then they get complacent, and then they lose. So what do I do?
Well, I'm on record saying they're the favorite since the beginning. I'm not abandoning ship right now. They're the favorite. I'm buying.
I'm buying too. Whitney Orton, they have the best miler. So
yeah. And they have.
I would have sold though if Colorado ran with a fresh Danny Jones.
That would have made it more interesting. BYU also strong in the 8 and the 12.
Yeah.
Because they had 2 women qualify for the 8, Ellsworth and Camp, who scratched to run fresh. So,
and they have run 2 whole seconds faster. So
I'm interested to know their strategy here because they could get a lead if they wanted to.
They should do gas.
If they're 400 runner, but do you want to leave Orton out there? She does like to front run. Remember, in Subway Cross.
They're going to leave nothing to chance. They're just going to.
You think so?
I don't think they're going to be run a PR. That's what they're going to say. Go run a PR.
Yeah.
You're fresh, time trial, run as fast as possible. And I think that's what they do.
Stanford could stick with them, though, right? I mean, depending on who they run. Lawson's in the mile. No, Haymack's in the mile. Is that right? Let me go up here. I'm going to see who.
They have Donahue, maybe?
So, Haymack is in the mile.
So they're probably going to run Donahue.
Donahue and Lawson will be fresh, too.
Yeah, so those will be there, too.
But I still think BYU is going to get the baton in front, even if their 400-meter runner isn't going to blow anybody out of the water.
We're both buying BYU. We're not disagreeing here. Because if you do this, if you just change the letters of BYU to B-U-Y, B-U-Y, it's buy. Okay. Just switch the Y and a U, and you're buying. Buy BYU. If you have dyslexia, you're buying BYU.
Okay. I now understand what you're talking about. Women's 4x4, Alabama's top seed. I'm selling. USC, I think, is going to be fine there.
Kentucky.
Oh, that's a good pick, too. Well, Abbott didn't make it in the open 4. Is she going to run the 4x4?
Yeah, she's coming in. Chip on that shoulder. You got to love people with chips on shoulders.
It's true. That's a separate event.
Come in with some guacamole, and they'll be ready to roll.
Okay, no, that's the new low of the podcast.
Yeah,
60 hurdles.
So we're both selling Alabama?
Selling Alabama, yeah. Kentucky, USC, and UCLA I think we need to be paying more attention to.
Nah.
They got some throwers? No? They're turning it around out there.
Turning it around?
I mean, when's the last time UCLA's had a potent sprint squad? It's been
I
a
mean, they
while.
did get Shea Anderson from Oregon, so that's
Right.
what's helping them.
Okay. Makes sense. Tania Marshall, top seed in the 60 hurdles. I'm picking her. So I am buying 60 hurdles.
I'm selling. Don't believe it. Don't believe the hype.
Okay, well, explain. Come on. Explain why. Explain who.
She ran her time early.
Yeah.
And I think USC's going to show up, and I think one of the USC women is going to win. I think Cockrell will win.
Interesting. Cockrell, the 5 seed, Emma Glasson, the 6 seed. Women's 5,000. Izzo and Kaladi are the top 2 by virtue of their Boston times, and you have Bethany Haas, Cardama Baez. All these are so interesting because they're from so long ago. Everybody ran their 5,000 qualifiers, at least the fastest women in the field did. Do you want to go first?
I am selling Izzo.
I'm selling Izzo because I'm buying Kaladi on her
Home track advantage, which isn't real, but
well, with altitude, I think
altitude it is. Yeah, that's true.
Got to work out with her coming out, hopefully Wednesday.
How long have you been editing this workout for?
Shout out to Jeremy Hayes for helping me edit the workout. Like total number of hours?
Yeah.
We're probably about 15. Not too crazy.
That's a lot for
so we filmed her.
video.
We filmed her entire tempo run. So we filmed the entire 7-mile tempo run, which however many minutes that takes. It's like 40 minutes or something like that, right? So I was just chopping that down.
How long does it take you to write Diljeet Taylor's story about rejecting Stanford? How many hours?
I never kept track. I mean, with the interviews and the transcription and stuff, probably
Over or under 15 hours?
Oh, over.
Oh,
A lot over. Yeah. I mean, the interviews alone, I talked to her twice for like an hour each, and then when you transcribe, it takes, I mean, I'm slow at that, so it takes me at least twice that amount of time. So if it's an hour of tape, it takes me 2 hours to transcribe it. Talked to Ed Eyestone for a while. Talked to Courtney Weymouth.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
I just want to see if you're...
A more complicated workout would have taken me a lot longer, but this was her running straight and Lincoln filming it from the bike. So, no. You've just seen me kind of work on it in like little spurts.
Okay.
And once I got it down, it was fine. It's just, I need Jeremy to take it across the goal line, so hopefully he comes in.
Jeremy,
Jeremy, if you're listening live to this podcast.
editor of the NAU film.
Yeah, we should have him on the podcast at some
point. We should talk about it.
Yeah,
because director's commentary.
We have a lot of people who listen who are probably into like photography, video, cinematography,
he's really
stuff
good
like
at his
that.
job.
And he's really good at explaining it. And he, as you said before, he was in charge of what percent, and you were in charge of what percent?
He was like 85%, and I was the other 15%.
Right, he crafted a lot of the story too. It's not just like he's sitting there hitting like Control R and all that other Final Cut stuff. Like he doesn't use kind of.
So we're both selling Izzo.
Yeah, hold on. I'm talking about Jeremy still. Buying Jeremy Hayes.
We're buying Jeremy Hayes.
Okay, women's 3,000 is interesting. So Orton, Monson, Kaladi, Donahue, Izzo. I think any one of those 5 could win.
I'm buying Orton.
Really? I'm a sell.
Oh.
Sell. I think Monson will be ready. She'll be fresh. And I think that'll matter, even though it's at altitude. So that's going to be tough. But
selling Orton.
Do you think 5 have a chance to win?
No, I think 1 has a chance to win, and it's Whitney Orton, who I am buying. I'm not going to...
100% chance.
If I'm putting money on the table, I got to make sure I believe it.
Give me a sleeper, though, here. I know we're not playing that game of sleeper.
Yeah, we'll play that later. I mean, the sleeper would be...
Give me someone outside the 5 who could win. Top 5 who could win.
I mean... I don't... it's not going to happen. Okay. So it's like hard to find a sleeper. I mean, Rainsberger, I guess, is a sleeper.
I was going to say Lawson. Lawson's been running pretty well.
Yeah.
So, all right. That race is going to be
Morley,
awesome.
maybe. McKenna Morley. Colorado always finds a way to, like, show up and, like, have, like, amazing races.
Yeah.
So maybe her.
That race is going to be awesome. Women's mile, not as deep. Danny Jones, buy.
I am buying all the Danny Jones stock.
Yeah. This is 5 seconds clear of the next best person. I mean, she's a huge favorite. She's the biggest favorite in the meet.
Yeah.
Right? Men, women.
Which means she's totally going to lose now.
Well, maybe the...
Because that's how it works every time.
Maybe the weight throwers are bigger favorites?
Yeah, weight throwers probably, yeah.
But I don't know, man. 5 seconds is 5
I love
seconds.
you found a way to connect the Waythrowers to Danny Jones.
Well, I
That's
just
a
want to know who
great-
the biggest favorite is. It might actually be her, right?
That's good.
Am I missing somebody else? I don't like these are nobody else is a huge favorite. Well, Nia Akins is.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
I think so. I'm going to take her. Obviously,
I'm buying.
Thomas, second. Amber Tanner of
Talking about the
Georgia.
800 right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Georgia, known for their 800-meter runners and their field events, so she's in there in third. Michaela Meyer, the senior from Delaware, fourth. Then Jones, fifth. I don't think Nia Akins is like a slightly smaller favorite than Jones.
Big ups to
but
Georgia having Amber Tanner be the 3rd seed. I mean, when you think of Georgia,
that's what I just said. You think of
you think of
800-meter running.
yeah, you think of
Mid-distance power.
you think of not even sprints though, like because they had one sprint in what's her name? I forgot her name already. She was good in the 400.
Oh, Lena Irby?
Yeah, they had Lena Irby, and then it was all field and jumps. Now they have an 800-meter
Got
runner.
the drop sisters. They're kind of like a mid-distance power.
I guess it drops. Yeah, powerhouse. Come on.
Petros loves mid-distance. That's right.
But yeah, Amber Tanner, this is her breakout. Hopefully her breakout season. So I think she's going to score and help out Georgia. But yeah, I am also buying Nia Akins.
So you think she's not as big of a favorite as Danny Jones, though,
Yeah,
right?
Danny Jones in a mile is the biggest favorite.
Okay. Over under how much she wins by Danny Jones?
Won't play that game because I have no idea.
1.5 seconds. Over under.
I don't know. She's
Answer's over. Incorrect. You took too much time.
no. I'm going to say under because she's going to try to run as slow as possible.
She's going to chill and run the 800?
Yeah.
Okay. Save for the 800. Women's 400. Wow, this is interesting. Bailey Lear, top seed from USC. Then you got Kennedy Simon, Kaylin Roberts, Donisha Anderson, Alexis Holmes, Nasha Robinson.
I'm selling.
Yeah, this is just, who knows? You close your eyes, throw a dart.
Pew.
I mean, that'd be a huge result for, if the seeds hold for USC, that'd be big. But going 1-3 here would be huge for them, right?
Yeah, but we're selling Bailey Lear. Too young.
This is a young
There's a lot of long. Yeah,
person's race.
no seniors in the top 5.
Yeah, it's
I think Alexis Holmes though is going to win.
it's 400.
But yeah, I'm selling Bailey Lear.
Yeah, Simon there in second. Yeah, I gotta sell just because it's so deep. Women's 200. This is another one wide open. Abby Steiner, the sophomore from Kentucky. And Kentucky has a lot of chances to get some points here. And then in Navy battle, Tamara Clark, Simone Mason, and Thelma Davies. I am going to, let's see, USC has one in here with Lene Tava Thomas. I'm going to sell because I think battle. I watched battle a lot last year because of Big Ten stuff. So I'm probably a little bit
Biased.
I don't have as much perspective on the whole 200 as I should. I just went into the season thinking Anellis, and then when she wasn't in it kind of threw everything for a loop. But I think battle's going to win, so I'll sell on Steiner.
I am buying Steiner. This is going to be her breakout race.
You got a lot of people getting breakout races here.
She's going to win this.
Okay.
And after she wins this, she's going to be the next star.
The next star. Okay, that's a lot.
She's going to get fifth at the Olympic trials.
Wow, you're just...
And then she's going to come back junior year, win everything, and then make the world team in 2021.
Okay, wow.
And then she's going to sign a contract.
You went really far with
She's going to
this.
sign a contract with New Balance.
You projected the next few years. I didn't know we were going that far.
That's what's happening.
Okay.
It's already figured out. She's go pro in 2021.
All right.
Yep.
Women's 60.
It's happening.
Are you going to predict everybody? What's Danny Jones? Who's she signing with?
Danny Jones is the New Balance.
Just kidding. Julian Alfred, top seed in the 60. Cambria Sturgis, second. Katia Seymour, Tanisha Terry, Frances Presley Barnes, etc., etc.
Someone named their child, etc. That's kind of...
No. Steiner's in here in 16th. Massell.
Julie Alfred is selling?
Yeah, there's too close behind her, and Terry, defending champion's got the experience.
I am
she's gonna be
selling
ready.
as well.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do team winners, buy or sell team winners, or team
Based off the
favorites.
team favorites?
Yeah. So, well, you know who you have.
Well, right now the team favorites is LSU men and USC women. So you
I thought
buy...
you had NAU one.
No, LSU won.
Let's see how many entries LSU has here. Laird, Peebles, Hislop, Terry, Edwards, Thomas.
They have 10 entries.
4x4.
You can do that by just looking
I
at
know,
this
look at
thing.
who they have. I'm going to buy LSU. I'm going to buy LSU.
I'm going to sell LSU.
I think Javon Harrison and Rayvon Gray are super experienced. I think you could get at least... You think 40 can win it, right? I think they can get at least 20 points, maybe 25 between those three. Harrison and Gray between the high jump and the long jump. And then...
I think they're not going to do well in the long jump.
And then you have 15 to... You only have 15 to go until you get to 40. That 200, maybe they can get something. 400 is going to be tough. 60 hurdles, they got at least one in there. And then 4x4, they can cobble together some points. So I think it's going to be very close because when the winning score is that low, it's going to be close. So I will buy.
I am selling LSU. Doesn't mean I'm buying NAU because I'm not.
You're buying NAU?
I'm buying the field over LSU. I think LSU, while in the driver's seat, in order for them to win, they all need to have great days.
Yeah. But
they can't win off of, just massive numbers.
Well, who could?
No one could. But, I just think that long jump, and they're putting all their eggs in long jump and high jump, and I just think that, man, people can go from, can no height easily.
Yeah.
Long jump is harder with the Tennessee kid now and there.
Mm-hmm.
I still think they're going to do well in the long jump and high jump, but, they need to do, they need to win the high jump and go, 1-2 or 1-3 in the long. And I don't think they're going to do that. I think they might get second in the high jump and then go, third, fourth in the long jump. And then after that, you're they don't have the points later on to catch up.
Yeah. Well, Harrison and Gray went 4th and 6th in the SEC long jump.
Exactly.
So maybe I need to change my...
Yes.
High jump, though, Harrison got the dub. So...
Yeah, the Tennessee kid didn't do well. Darryl Sullivan.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I mean, if you're saying... Well, I guess if you're saying just them straight up versus the field, it would probably be more of a sell then.
Can't take it back.
Okay,
it's already in.
Buying. All in.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
Go. G-E-A-U-X. Go Tigers.
Do you think Joe Burrow's
Joe
going to
Burrow
be there?
Ed Orgeron's going to give a pump-up speech?
Pump-up speech?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Who doesn't love it?
They should get Joe Burrow to throw the javelin to get some points.
Yeah.
So, women at USC.
Buy.
I am buying as well.
Well, thank you for just taking my...
I'm not taking it. I'm smart, and I'm buying USC.
They're obviously not going to be as strong as we thought they were at the beginning of the year because they don't have the personnel. But I think they're going to be good enough.
But then at the end of the meet, we could have the quote, "They are who we thought they were."
I mean, actually, can I get that tweeted right now? Can we just get that in drafts? They have 10 entries, too.
Yeah.
Some magic about 10 entries.
Yeah. I think Oregon has the most men. I think they have 11.
11.
There's one team with 13. I don't know who it is, though.
Is it a mystery team?
It's a mystery team.
Does Oregon have...
Oregon could be the surprise winning team, I'm going to say right now, on the men's side.
Well, they have a heptathlete, they have Isaiah Griffin in the jumps, and then it's distance from there.
Yeah, because, we talk about NAU's, distance in the mile, 3K, 5K. Oregon also has a lot of bodies in those events, including also the 800, and they have the DMR.
Yeah, it's just going to be tough.
If NAU has a bad day, Oregon can come in and just, what NAU can do in the 3K, Oregon could do in the mile,
Yeah, I've throughout this whole season I've been hesitant because we learned the lessons that doubling and tripling in indoors is really hard and distance takes its toll. So I'm not as crazy optimistic as NAU, but I'd say I'm more optimistic on them that being able to pull it off than Oregon because of the experience.
Yeah.
And just they're at the top of these performance lists, right?
Do you think Oregon running a DMR and the milers end up running a hard DMR is going to affect their mile final?
Of course. But I also think that's their best way to score points, right? Is that mile nobody could score from Oregon, and it wouldn't be truly shocking. But they're going to get points in the DMR.
Yeah.
Right? Just look at the 3,000 you got tier, but that's 5,000 Messler's the only one, and he's seeded 8th, right? If he doesn't score, I think that's a huge shock.
Yeah.
DMR, I mean, who could legitimately beat them in the DMR? Obviously,
Notre
Notre
Dame.
Dame, Wisconsin.
They're going to get second in DMR.
But I'm saying, like, even worst case scenario.
They get, like, fifth.
Right, and
Yeah.
you're getting
4 points.
some points, which
Yeah.
that's 10% of what you need to win this meet. So I think you have to put them there because in the mile, there's no like, oh yeah, they're for sure going to get 4
And
points.
can't put a lot of, on a freshman in the 800 Peralta. I mean, for him to make the final would be impressive. And
Yeah. The person you trust the most
it's tier.
is Tier, and he's in the hardest event.
That's true.
So Tier could have a great race and
And
finish sixth.
Fourth, yeah. Or sixth.
I mean, he could, right? He could finish behind Grijalva, Beamish, Day, Nagoose, Klecker. Maybe even someone like Peter Sufer gets in there, Kyle Mao. Like, he could be there.
You didn't even mention the man who you said we're all forgetting about, Kurgat.
Oh, is he in the 3K? I forget because you guys just have dismissed him. You guys have said basically wait for outdoors. Of course. Kurgat.
This was a fun game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of like who you can count on, not who, if a bunch of things go right, will end up scoring points. You need people that you like. Grant Holloway, put him down for a bunch of points, right? You got to build your team around that. So
Here's a question.
this year is so wild though, so unpredictable.
Obviously, the storyline about NAU. If NAU does pull it off, how impressed would you be?
On a scale of 1 to BYU winning cross, how?
What would be more impressive? NAU winning this indoor title, or them winning the cross country title? Pulling off the 4-peat,
I mean,
or winning an indoor title with 7 cross country guys?
still, I'd probably still say fall, just because you're competing against other people. Like, it's a heads-up competition.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard for me to look at this and be like, yes, it is about NAU being awesome if they do this, or Oregon being awesome, or whoever manages to do it. But it's also about these weird things that are happening in these other events. So,
But doesn't that weirdness of it show the rarity of it? I mean, there's rarity, obviously, in a 4-peat, too.
yeah, of course. But it's also like, I mean, if Holloway stayed at Florida for one more year, this isn't happening.
Yeah.
Right? If we can agree. Like, and they have nothing to do. It's not like, well, if Holloway stayed at Florida, well, Tyler Day's just got to get better on those hurdles, man, and beat him, right? It's not like someone going pro in your own event group. It's just weird things that are happening outside your control. I mean, which one would they have rather had? Obviously cross, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
But you could also say Holloway's went pro, but NAU is redshirting Drew Bosley and Brody Hasty.
I don't think Grant Holloway is equivalent. I mean, no disrespect
But it's another
to
body.
Brody Hasty and...
No, but hear me out, though. If they had those two guys, they definitely have a DMR qualified. 100%.
Okay, but again, no disrespect to those two guys. They aren't
That
Grant
could
Holloway.
that's points.
Grant Holloway scored... What did he get in the long jump last year?
You didn't do well.
At Indoors? Okay. He
He
didn't
scored
do what?
20 points in the... Yeah, I get it.
And then anchored the 4x4.
I get it.
They didn't even need to put him in the 4x4, and they put him in the 4x4. So,
Yeah, but... Hold on, no. I'm going to hold this back, though. Adding Holloway to this Florida team, it's not like they all of a sudden become like a 50-point team. They don't.
well,
Florida is projected to score like 20 points. So adding Holloway makes this team as good as LSU.
He scores... Okay, yeah, he scores you 20, and then he puts you in the 4x4.
Yeah, but it makes them as good as LSU. Their 4x4 is not that good. Their 4x4 didn't even qualify.
You know what? Because they didn't have Grant Holloway.
Yeah, but Grant Holloway doesn't make them all of a sudden go from a 3:08 to a 3:03. Grant Holloway can't go 5 seconds faster than their next guy.
Yeah, you seen him run? He's pretty fast.
They don't have like a 50-second guy.
He's pretty fast.
Then
I think he arranged he knows the personnel, and I think if he had Grant coming back, they could have found somebody else to figure it out. If he ran the 60 and he won the 60, if he won the 60 hurdles, if he was in the long
20
jump,
points. So he gets
and
20
he'd get
points.
points for the long jump. He's pushing all the LSU hurdlers down a spot, so he's shrinking their potential for points. He's probably crushing some souls along the way and making people quit after day one because they're like, what the F? Is he pushing X?
He's not going to do well in the long jump because he hasn't done well in the long jump since his freshman year.
This is ridiculous. If Grant Holloway was there, Florida would be in the mix for the title.
They'll be in a mix in a title.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't be like scoring 60 points.
But I'm saying they could win. My point being...
NAU could still be a Florida team with...
I'm more impressed with NAU winning in cross than I am in Indoors.
Okay, all I'm saying. If NAU's total is more than 20 points, whatever, that Florida got, then I'm right.
More than Florida? No, because we're never going to know because it's a different situation. All I'm saying is that Indoors is weird. Indoors is weird. And look, in order to do this, this is sort of undercutting my own point. I'm going to call this a Gordon, where you undercut your own point. In order to do this, NEU is going to have to beat people like Kurgat and Klecker. So that in and of itself is like incredibly impressive. So maybe it's a situation where I need to see them actually do it and see how the meet unfolds before I can judge what it is. Because if we see on Saturday afternoon a parade of lumberjacks going 1, 2, 3 across the line ahead of the top 2 finishers from NCAA cross, maybe then it'll set in.
Top 3 because you're throwing Sufer,
Yeah. Then maybe it'll set in as like how impressive it was. But like right now in abstract, it seems like a very strange concept. So let's see them do it first. And then put it in context.
And then you'll decide if it's impressive.
Yes. I mean, obviously it's going to be impressive. It's just the magnitude of how impressive it is. Because you're talking about, you said on the scale, and I said on the scale of 1 to BYU, or how surprised or shocked or whatever. Because like what BYU did was crazy and cross, right? We didn't think that they had a chance, especially at the end of last year. Oh, you're losing all these guys, X, Y, and Z. But
I want you to also think about it in the terms of...
I'm going to think about it in my terms, Gordon.
December 2019, Kevin.
Yeah, I think December...
If I told you that they won in December...
Well, I probably would have said, okay, they must have gotten, obviously, a lot of points in the distance races, because that's what they do. But I also might have assumed, oh, maybe someone got hurt. Maybe someone decided to redshirt on their opponent's teams. And I also would have said, well, what the heck happened to the other schools? I mean, it's just always going to be more impressive to me when you win a title where it's like a legitimate team competition as opposed to what we have now, which is like a bunch of individual events cobbled together.
But at the same time, though, it's not like they're going to win the title assuming they with 20 points. Like, they're going to have to score 40 points, which is...
which
is a number that's impressive.
Okay, so put on your Nate Silver hat. You got it on?
Yeah.
Because I want to talk about points for a second. So, range of outcomes, right? Winning men's team score. So, at one end of the probabilities scale, you'd have like, okay, is a winning team going to score 80 points? That'd be like almost like a 0%, right? Or less than 1%. Yeah. Is the winning team going to score 10 points? Basically 0, right? You're saying like the median score is going to be somewhere around 40, right?
Yeah.
But like, there's variations, right? So is there any probability, like, could we see like a 30-point winning score? What would that be, Mr. 100%,
Silver? We could.
Okay. What's that equivalent to on the other side? So, in essence, there's the same percent chance that a winning team scores 30 points as there is that the winning team scores 60?
I think 52? I think the lowest it'll be is like 35, and the highest it'll be is 50.
Right, but what range of outcomes is that? Is that like 20% to 80%, and then you have a tail on the other side, or is that like you're just saying like?
Well, the middle being 40, being like 40 to 43, being like the prime 50% of the outcomes are. 40
I want you to make
43.
a graph, and I want you to show it to us on Thursday before the meet start. Do you get what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. You're trying to make a scale like percentage wise.
Yeah.
I think.
Could we see a 30-point champion?
Very rare.
This is what happens when you have a 5-day-a-week podcast.
3% chance to see a 30-point.
Okay,
champion.
but there's chance.
30 point, 30 0. 30,
yeah.
Not 39. Not 39,
yeah.
no, but 30 point.
So there's a chance.
5% chance.
Okay. But that's still a chance, right?
Yeah.
When you run your simulations, it comes out 3% of the time.
I mean, there's a chance. Can
you run simulations?
You can have, like, a bunch of, like, teams with, like, 2 guys all be top 2 in all their events, and then it spreads everything out.
That's something like if you actually had, which you should have, I don't know why you don't, an algorithm, spit it out, right? And then it comes up with these different possibilities. I wonder how many times.
Yeah, but the problem with that, though, you also have to weight all the probabilities, right? You have
to get to work.
Because the 16th seed. But also, you can't.
Outdoors is almost here. Do this for
But
outdoors.
also, you can't rank it on seed because you know that the order.
You can't.
Like, you can't consider Kurgat the 10th or the 11th best 3K runner.
I know, you got to adjust. You got to figure out.
You have to say, okay, what is he really? He's really,
Yeah, that's what's going to make this so interesting to see when you create it, because it's going to factor all this stuff in.
You want me to do work.
But wouldn't that be interesting to know?
I'm busy producing this podcast.
That's true. Wouldn't that be interesting to know, though? Or see
it would.
The possible point distributions?
Yeah, I was thinking about trying to how to make something like that, but I
You got tired?
I was thinking about it last night. I didn't know.
Your head hurt?
I had to figure.
I'm just saying, because then if you told me, Kevin, going into this, there's like a 9% chance that NAU wins, that would help me conceptualize it a little better.
Yeah.
Because they need all these million things to go right for it to happen. Like that's pretty cool.
But the thing is, no, NAU controls their own destiny.
You think so?
100%.
Well, I mean, everybody kind of controls their own destiny.
Yeah.
Well, no, because if LSU wins everything,
No, they still control their own destiny.
because they have more entrants.
I mean,
Probable. Well, how are you counting that as probable top 8 scorers?
yeah. I mean, if NAU has a great day in all 3 of their events, they will win the meet, no matter what LSU does.
What's a great day? Is a great day getting first, or is a great day getting third, second, or first?
I mean, a great day would be them going 1, 3, 4 in the 3K, going 1, 3, 4, 6 in the 5K, and going 1, 4 in the mile.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
That's called great day.
No, I think that's better than great. In the
No,
5K,
that's great.
to get 4 guys in the top 6,
That's
That'd be-
possible.
it's possible, but that's like that's a really high standard for great. Like when my teacher said, "Hey, great job," like they weren't talking about, "Hey, you got 4 in the top 6." I mean, look at the guys in the 5. That would mean that
You assume Day would win.
yeah,
Then you assume Klecker gets second.
right.
Then you assume Grijalva gets third. And then you say Abdi Hamanura gets fourth. And then
So that's insane. I'm glad that you realized that midway through.
it's altitude, man.
It is. But like
Someone like Peter Sufers could be out of it. The Middle Tennessee State guys could be out of it.
that's what I'm saying. You can't say control their own destiny in the same way you can like in team sports where it's like, yeah, if Philly wins out, then they're fine. Like it's just there's multiple. It's being contested on not just the X and the Y axis, but you got a Z as well too. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, that's a day when they win, score 60 points that I was creating.
I
They
think
still,
15,
all they need is 15. They need to score 15.
15's a good metric.
15, 10, and 15. That's their formula. 15 in the 5, 10 in the mile, 15 in the 3K.
That gets them 40.
That's 40. That's what they need.
Yeah, which I would define that at 15 in the 5K. I would define as a great day.
Yeah.
Because that's okay. If Day gets second, that's 8 points. Now you need to figure out 7 more points when there's only
With 4 guys. Yeah.
right. But there's only at that point there's only 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 left. I don't know how much that equals up to, but there's not a lot of point options available.
Well, you
at
get
that
2
point.
guys in there, and then you got it.
Yeah, but if your 2 guys get 7, 8, that's only 3. If
Yeah.
your 2 guys get 6, 7, that's a number that's probably larger than 3 that I'm not doing in my head right now. They need a lot of things still to go right. That's all I'm saying. They need a lot of things to go right. They need some.
This would be
Weird upsets.
the great overarching story, though.
Okay.
They get second at NCAAs. The person who was the first man out was
Oh.
Ryan Raff, right?
Okay.
At Cross.
Okay.
He didn't get to run
Okay.
because they had 8 guys instead of 7, so he was on the sideline. Ryan Raff gets 8th in the 5K, and that's the 1 point that they need to beat LSU because of Ryan Raff.
Is there a tie-breaking procedure?
No.
No, right? So I think we could see that too. Or as I say, the other story on the opposite perspective, they lose to LSU by 1 point, and you go back to the 5K looking for points, and Jacob Heslington of BYU outkicks an NAU
Blaze
runner
Farrow.
to get that last spot. Yeah. And they lose.
That would be
There's no BYU guys in the 3,000 though.
no.
I guess they have a miler, so maybe.
See, I mean, one thing that helped NAU is Connor Mance getting hurt and redshirting.
Yeah. We talked about this before. There was a lot of things. At Florida State, having guys redshirt
Yeah.
and not run that well. There's just a long list of
But
factors.
the more though, thinking in the distance, the Campbell kid who transferred to Arkansas,
Eamon Campbell, yeah.
he's redshirting.
Yeah.
He would have been a scorer, and Connor Mance would have been a scorer.
Yeah.
And then Cooper Tier also not doing the 5.
Yeah.
That all helped them.
But, I mean, I'll say this. The fields are still
They're still good.
good.
Adding the goose to the 3K makes that a legit.
It's more just the weirdness in the sprints that
Yeah.
that I say is like they need a bank shot to happen. But
We'll find
that's
out.
it. Yeah, that's it. We have 3 more days to preview this.
We talked over an hour, man.
Yeah, FloTrack Podcast at gmail.com. We'll get the emails tomorrow, so keep those coming. We got one from Neil here from Scotland, so shout out to Neil, listening all the way in Scotland. We appreciate you. Write in, what are your NCAA indoor predictions, picks, or just things you're excited to see? Send us a note our way. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.